Welcome, pilots! Once again flying his scouting Atron, Cosmos Cramer is en route to the Contested Gallente Azure Chasm in Colelie. We land directly on an acceleration gate, with a group of ships from the Friends of Nature above us. And the gate is locked, requiring us to find the Azure Canyon Tourist Pass. Among the FON ships is one Apte Donie. With no other clues as to the location of the tourist pass, we switch into our combat brutics to see if we can convince Apte to let us in. Hello, Mr. Donie. Fellow friend of nature, Cosmos Cramer here to relieve you of guard duty. And we've let them get under our guns, so we'll have to take a closer look at Apte to align ourselves in the same direction to improve our tracking. Looks like Apte Donie was carrying a pair of the tourist passes. We head back for our Atron to continue scouting the site. In the first room, we land near a group of Serpentis. Well behind them are 4 pleasure dome structures guarded by a large second group of Serpentis. And piloting a battleship is none other than Alarus Ekire. Seems Istvia Lamouette from the mission chain Uproot didn't keep her word on delivering him to the authorities. We sneak around to the acceleration gate into the second room. Landing directly on top of a group of Serpentis cruisers, we immediately dart away. Above them are a number of travelers' lounges, each guarded by its own group of Serpentis. Among the Serpentis is one Daubs Louel. There are 2 more acceleration gates here. The gate to the Black Market requires a Black Market entry keycard. And the gate to the ion field is also locked, requiring us to destroy all hostile NPCs. So we switch back again to our combat brutics and return to the site. The Tourist Resort. The once bustling tourist haven of Azure Canyon is now all but empty, except for roaming Serpentis who are busy looting anything worth taking. The great pleasure domes remain, left behind by Impetus after they had been bought out by a Caldari megacorporation. Yet interestingly enough, the wildlife within the domes still live, and the Serpentis looters have even reported being ambushed by wild canines. As long as the power generators remain active, the flora and fauna will persevere, according to biologists. We first take care of the nearby Serpentis in Group 1. After tagging the remaining Serpentis, we engage with the large group guarding the pleasure domes.
Looks like it's just you and me, Alarus. How's that aortal purifier we rummaged out of the garbage for you holding up?
Looks like Alarus Ekire drops his own personal insignia. We take out the Azure Canyon Pleasure Gardens to see if they might drop any loot. And all the drops are drugs. None of the other structures have any loot, so we head to the acceleration gate into the next room. The Azure Stone. The Great Azure Stone looms in the distance, with abandoned tourist lounges floating around. Rumor has it that at least one of the lounges is still operational, inhabited by laid-off impetus workers who refused to leave. Serpentis cruisers roam the space nearby, defending the passageway to the infamous Black Market area. Landing in the midst of 5 Serpentis cruisers, we first pull range to tag all the hostile NPCs. We'll make our way to each group, starting with the 5 cruisers in Group 1. Let's see what's in the first Traveler's Lounge. Looks like we've rescued some janitors. My Britix's latrine needs some cleaning, boys. Now we take out the Serpentis in Group 3. And Group A is nearby, so we may as well clear the rest of the room. Hello there, Daubs. The second Traveler's Lounge had some Marines. The third had some tourists. Neither the fourth Traveler's Lounge nor the abandoned Duval Research Station drop any loot. Daubs Louel drops the Black Market entry keycard. Let's first make our way to the Ion Field before any of the Serpentis in the room respawn. The Ion Field. This is one of the ion clouds within the Azure Canyon Dead Space pocket, where Comet intends to make use of it by harvesting the ions for its power plant, which has become an increasingly controversial subject in the Federation media. Although many Gallente citizens are not against making use of these ion clouds, few want to see this valuable resource fall into Caldari hands. We see a small collection of Friends of Nature missile batteries and a Cosmos agent named Ampsin Achippon. He's a level 4 mining agent working for combined harvest of the Gallente Federation. We warp out and make our way back into the site for the next acceleration gate. The Black Market. Drugs have been a major problem in the Azure Canyon ever since the Azure Stone first became a tourist attraction decades ago. Federation police often attempted to clean up the place, but without any lasting effect. Eventually, the Serpentis organization managed to get a stranglehold on the lucrative contraband trade within the tourist resorts, building a massive stronghold within this dead space pocket to be used as their base of operations. The stronghold came to be known as the Black Market, a virtual criminal magnet, drawing large numbers of drug dealers, outlaws, and other shady characters who wanted the protection from the law which the Serpentis could offer. Federation authorities have tried for years to locate the Black Market, with no success. The Serpentis hid the acceleration gates leading to the stronghold well, and booby-trapped them in case they were discovered. Without a key to safely activate the gate, finding the stronghold is virtually impossible. Ahead of us is the large Serpentis stronghold, guarded by a whole lot of Serpentis. We'll make our way counterclockwise around the stronghold, starting with Group 1, who are guarding a prison facility. The prison facility seems to be the cage for a group of Temco mercenaries, who we suspect may play a role in a future Cosmos mission. We continue clearing the room, moving to Group A next. Group 3 has taken notice, so we'll engage them next. And we make our way to Group C. We're hovering near a collection of drug storage facilities. As we might expect, one of the drug storage facilities drops some random drugs. And we can clear the final group of Serpentis. Now we can focus on the Serpentis Stronghold. After a whole lot of shooting, we loot the Stronghold to find a Serpentis transaction log and a storyline module blueprint. I came back to this room a number of times to find out if the Cartel Power Diagnostic System blueprint was a common drop. On the second run, we instead loot a Slither Heavy Electron Blaster blueprint. And on the third run, we find a Mafia Energized Kinetic Membrane blueprint. So it seems like the Stronghold drops a different storyline module blueprint each time. It should be mentioned that some competition for this drop does exist, as I encountered other players entering the site immediately after downtime. And now for a summary of the Contested Gallente Azure Chasm. There are 4 rooms in total. The entry gate is guarded by a group of Friends of Nature activists. Apte Donie drops the Azure Canyon Tourist Pass, which is needed to enter the site. The first room is where Alarus Ekire hangs out, who drops a personal insignia. The entry gate to the second room is not locked, and is home to Daubs Louel, who drops the Black Market Entry keycard. The third room, the Ion Field, is home to Level 4 mining Cosmos agent Ampsin Achippon. The fourth and final room may spawn the Serpentis Stronghold, which drops a random storyline module blueprint. Also found in the fourth room is a prison facility, containing a large number of Temco mercenaries. In the next video, we'll examine everything we can in the Skeleton Comet in Del Toll. Thank you for watching my Gallente Cosmos mission guide. If you enjoy my content, please let me know in the comments or by subscribing to my channel. The more I'm aware that people are watching, the more likely I'll be to make time to continue producing content. I've also begun creating a parody news series based on the Gallente Cosmos missions. It's called the El Ginto Fake News Network. The first episode is loosely based on the events from the first Gallente mission chain from Part 4 of this series, titled Activist Fuel. Thanks again, and hope to see you back soon.